All right, folks. So it is Labor Day, and actually, this is a beer that I actually made. So let me actually open this and talk about it. Hold on. I was gonna have Noe do this with me, but she's not feeling good, so I'm gonna do it without her. But anyway, I'm gonna do this pour on here if you guys can see this. This was a beer that I made. It's actually a red, and there it is. But not a lot of head space here at all, and that's actually going to dissipate. But it's actually pretty good. Anyhow, I made this beer. Yeah, I know it's amazing, right, Chance? I made this beer prior to leaving back home. So when we went to Tennessee, Kentucky, and Indiana, I made the beer and let it sit. By the time I got back, I was able to rack it. So it sat for a long time. Or did I rack it? No, I made it and then I racked it and it stayed in secondary for, I don't know, like 2 weeks. And then I was able to bottle it. And by the time I was able to bottle it, it was just perfect. Somebody said something that I missed it. Happy day to you and fam. Thank you, Chili Beans. So anyhow, I'm going to do some Q&A. Any questions that you guys have at all, I will definitely answer. I've already talked about my beer, so I don't have anything else really to talk about unless you guys have questions. And it can be pretty much anything. Start the topic off. You guys got to think of something. We have a third person here, so ask any question at all. Any. Because on Labor Day, pretty much we didn't barbecue today, which I wanted to, but we didn't get around to doing that. So Noe made some nuclear wings. And basically what these are, and I call them nuclear bites. Basically, she takes chicken, she does the whole thing, she puts it in some stuff that she makes. Like she's got like a lot of hot sauce and different things that she puts on it. And I tell you, it I was sweating so bad that literally I was just draining sweat, and it was like horrid. But it was the tastiest stuff ever. So we didn't barbecue today, but she did actually do some nuclear bites, and it was really, really nice. Chili Beans, have we thought of homeschooling? Actually, we mentioned this today. Here's one of the things that Noelle and I thought about. We thought about here recently, we've thought about actually moving to the country and just choosing a simpler life, right? Like kind of early retirement, where we basically go and, you know, Noe's all about our garden. And if you could see how packed our garden is, you could understand why she wants more land. And we thought about homeschooling the girls that way. Basically keeping them home, homeschooling them, and, you know, Noe would do it. The problem is that Zoe doesn't, and we gave her the option. Zoe doesn't want to be homeschooled. She wants to go to school. She's a social butterfly, so she really wants to go to school. Zara, on the other hand, really, prior to her going to Jumpstart, wasn't that into school. And she was a little bit nervous because, I mean, obviously it's her first time away. But once she went to school the first day, I mean, the night prior to that, she had a nervous tummy and she just threw up everywhere. But then after she finally went to school, she loved it. She got to meet some people, and I think she's looking forward to it now. So now, if I offered homeschooling, I don't think they're going to be down for it. But it has crossed her mind. This shirt is old, so I'm sorry if you're seeing like my little things are all up. It's all bleached out and everything. But yeah, it has crossed our minds, but I don't think the girls would want to do it at this point. I kind of want them to actually be homeschooled, because then we can definitely teach them things that we feel is very important, along with what the state feels is important. But also, it's just safer and easier, in our opinion. We actually know someone. I went to school with someone who used to live in Washington State, and she homeschools her kids. And she gave us a lot of information, a lot of tips, a lot of stuff that we can actually do. And then she ended up moving back to where we're from, and I think she still does homeschooling. But Zoe's not going to be down for that, and probably Zara's not going to be down for it either. Thank you, Bobby. Happy Labor's Day. Happy Labor Day to you. I'm imbibing a little bit, so I might get a little tongue-tied here and there. As I was mentioning, some of you guys that missed it, this was actually a beer that I brewed, I don't know, like a month ago now, a month and a half ago. So it's pretty good. I need to definitely get back into more brewing and do a couple more different recipes, things that I've never had before. But this was pretty good. I actually added a lot more stuff to it to make it a little bit stronger than what it normally would have been. So anyhow, Noe's joining us here only via social chat. She's not actually going to be in the room. I tried to get her in here, but she's not going to do it. So any questions you guys have of me, ask away. I'll answer anything. Oh, and I also last night while Noe was asleep, I got bored, so I created my own web browser. So I toyed around with that. You know, it's just something to do. Created my own web browser, and it actually worked pretty well. I was shocked. First go. I tried it before and it failed miserably, and then I gave up on it for probably about, I don't know, a month. I tried it again last night, and it was just perfect. It blew my mind. And then I was finding other stuff to do with it, so I'm going to go back to that and do it. How do you know so much about cities and regional infrastructure? Do you have a city planning or civil engineering background? If not, how have you thought at one time of going into it? Now, that's a wonderful, wonderful question. I don't have a city planning or civil engineering background at all. I have been so into, yeah, there she is. Finally, she got in here. The peer pressure.
No, I'm dealing with a late summer cold, early fall cold, and I've got
you can scoot in if you want.
I've got a really bad headache, so I wasn't gonna join, but I'm here.
So, no, but I'm someone who's really into like city development.
You nerd out on cities.
I really do. I really, really do. And it started when I was younger with the SimCity games. And ever since then, like I've been into it. Skylines are my appeal. So no, I just do a whole lot. I just do a whole lot of research on cities.
I have tried to get him. Oh, it's Keith Rigg.
Yep.
Cool. I have tried to get him to consider going into like community planning. But he doesn't want to do any more schooling.
Now, I will say this, Keith Rigg, there is things that I'm hoping to do in Haiti with one of the local mayors there. But that's about as far as it goes with city planning stuff. Now, I have done stuff too a little bit, kind of. I spoke with the mayor in Albuquerque when I lived there on some city planning stuff.
In Rio Rancho.
And also in Rio Rancho, New Mexico as well. But as far as anything official, no. Not yet.
I can't believe I'm on.
Just made it home from Austin, Texas. I really enjoyed the art and social scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Cool.
There she is.
Start getting cold.
Well, you know, Bobby, it's starting to get cold now.
Cooler.
It's cooler. Yeah, it's not in the 90s
70s
or 80s.
by day and low 60s.
Sometimes upper 50s.
High 50s at night now.
Yeah. So it's starting to now. The leaves are changing. People are starting to get sick, so
we should do a driving tour of leaves in like another week or so.
I have a little bitty outside bug on my finger. Doing research definitely between Seattle and Austin. What do you think? Okay, well, Miji, here's the thing: Austin and Seattle. I can't get rid of that. Like I don't know how to do it. I guess I just leave it.
You just look at the camera.
Well, I want to see myself.
Wow.
Well, I can't see myself because, like, the word. See, normally I'm right here.
Okay, but you can see yourself.
In Albuquerque?
Yes.
Yeah. Normally I'm like right here, and I can see. But anyway, here's the thing: both cities are tech cities.
I love SimCity. Sorry. What? I'm sorry. Okay. You wanted me to join you.
I did.
So I'm here.
I did. Just don't knock over my beer, bro. I don't want to go too far.
Okay, so Seattle or Austin?
Yeah, Seattle or Austin. For me, it's going to be Seattle because for one, Austin is landlocked. You're not going to have water. I mean, they have like a little river, but you're not going to have like a lot of water. And so
and
for
it's
me,
still Texas.
it's hot. It's
Texas
a very
just doesn't seem like a place for me. Not to knock it.
It's a very hot city as well. So if you're into that, then yeah, some people can't stand the cloudy skies here. So it just depends. If you want a city that is going to give you a lot of sun and it's going to be a techie city and it's an up and coming city, and you don't mind all the traffic, then Austin's going to be your place. If you want a city that has all the traffic and that has a lot of hippies and yuppies as well and techie people, but you're surrounded by water and mountains, then Seattle's going to be your place as long as you don't mind several months of gray skies.
I mean, one of my friends who I went to grad school with,
Yep.
she moved here to Seattle first. They were here about 6 months before we moved out here. And then they
I
moved.
was so jelly.
And then they moved to Austin, actually, after they'd been here about 3 years. They made the move to Austin.
Yeah.
And they love it. So.
Austin's a little bit cheaper. Yeah, SimCity is just bomb.
Hey, Bobby.
No question, Seattle. I agree with you, Keith. Use the resources, cheat 10, 15 times before starting to build since all the earthquakes and tornadoes passed by then. Right. But see, the thing is that, like, if I beat a game so many times, then I don't want it to be easy any longer. So then I don't do any sort of cheats or anything like that. I just want it to be as tough as possible. And if I can still beat it, then I start to lose interest. Climates are totally different. Yep. Do you have any regrets for moving there to Seattle? I don't. I don't know about you.
Moving there from Seattle. Moving to Tacoma?
Or just moving to Seattle?
Let's see if he can clarify.
Yeah.
I'll take cloudy skies every day over hot and humid 100 plus weather. Yes, I'm with you, Keith. Really.
Yeah, I am too. I can't do
because at
heat.
least in cloudy skies I can still get outside and tinker around in my garden or go hiking or whatever.
And the humidity,
heat, it's just
the humidity. Since we went back to the Midwest, it gave us a good idea of humidity because we haven't been around it for a while.
Yes, that was one thing that I was talking to Hershey about, like, after we got home. Like, okay, so going to the Midwest in July, it's hot.
And humid.
But it's been 5 years since I was back in Indiana, and in the summertime, like last time we went to visit Kentucky, it was in March. It was, it wasn't hot. And so the summers, like, I don't know how I spent 29 years of my life in the Midwest. I spent 29 years of my life in the Midwest, but I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I'm so acclimated to the Pacific Northwest weather now.
I am too. I didn't realize that either. Like, when I went back, I didn't realize how ingrained. And then, when I was there, the video shows my uncle and really, I guess he used to be my mom's boyfriend, but she doesn't want to admit that. They were mowing the grass, and they barely had any sweat on them. When I went outside, it was like someone dumped a bucket of water on me. I was just so not used to the humidity. So yeah. You're going
okay,
through your little
sorry.
comments.
Some family lives in Austin or lived there for college, a liberal bastion by comparison within. I've heard that.
Yeah.
Though I was born in Texas and hard pass on the heat. Yes, I have heard that Austin is like not Texas, but you're still in Texas.
Right.
Bobby, my son was stationed at the naval base here in Tacoma or JBLM.
Chance.
Oh wait, we don't have a naval. Oh, it is naval. Bremerton. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not real sure.
Have you guys ever visited Miami? Yes, I've been to Miami.
I haven't, it depends on what you mean by visited. Like, I've been there. Like, I actually landed there by plane, drove around to actually get to the cruise terminal, and then took a cruise from there. And I've also obviously went there because that's one of the main stops that you have to take in order to go to Haiti. But as far as actually going to the beaches and stuff, she's done that. I haven't done that yet, but that is definitely on my list to do.
Trump 2020, to each their own. Hell yeah, my brother, I'm feeling what you hitting. I don't know what that's in regards to. Has Amazon decided where to build their next plant at yet?
No, but you know what, Bobby, I actually have a video which I hadn't put up yet because I'm behind on that. I've been doing a lot of live streams, so I haven't been doing that. But anyhow, I still think it's Atlanta. Somebody asked me if I still... Did I put that video up yet? I don't think I did. I can't even remember. I haven't put it up yet.
No.
I still think it's Atlanta. I still bank on that. And then there's an article that was done up here recently that didn't say that, didn't spell it out. But yeah, I still think it's going to be Atlanta, personally.
Happy Monday to you, Wei Gookin Wei. Oh, is there a chance at catching the Aurora Borealis in Washington, or ought I catch a flight to Alaska for that still? I've heard that... Did you say that's a nerd question?
I'm sorry, but that's a nerd question.
The freaking Aurora Borealis? Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
Oh my god. Okay, so it is on my bucket list to see the Aurora Borealis. I think you are better at catching it in Alaska, just because there's so much light pollution and everything around here. I think there have been sightings in northern Washington, but if you want a sure bet to catch it, I would probably recommend that you go to Alaska. I had some coworkers that got to go to a conference in Alaska, and while they were there, they took a road trip to go and see the Aurora Borealis. But to see like that kind of phenomenon happen, you know what that is, right? The Northern Lights.
The little light flutter things in the sky.
Yeah. That's cute. So I would probably recommend going to Alaska to try to catch that.
Any regrets? That's a good question.
Okay. Bobby. Any regrets from moving from Seattle to Tacoma?
Do you want to go first or you want me to go?
I don't
Folks,
think
it
that
depends okay, it's 7:16 now. Let's wait until she finishes. Okay.
Stop it. So rude. And I have a headache, and I'm joining you here today. I don't know. Well, I don't know that there's regrets. What? You think I have regrets?
A little bit.
Okay, but we couldn't afford, like, Seattle we were priced out of.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I am sad that we couldn't afford to live in Seattle. But there are aspects that I really miss of Seattle. But there are aspects about Tacoma that I really like. I miss my Fred Meyer up on 85th Street in Greenwood. I miss Zoe's school and the parents and the kids that she went to school with. Is a different level of income and education. And down here it's different. Be very cryptic.
I won't even say what happened. I won't even say what happened. Anyhow, folks, so what? So you can just guess what happened that she just did. But
it's a bodily function, okay?
You just let it rip right in front of the fan too. Right in front of the fan.
I couldn't help it.
So I didn't get a chance to answer Bobby's question.
Answer the question.
Okay, so for me, I do. I definitely do have some minor regrets. Not regrets. I don't think I regret it. I think there's certain things I definitely miss. Like she said, for me, I miss kind of the faster pace of life a little bit. Parts of Seattle is a little too fast, and then there's parts that are just right, and those are the parts that I miss. So where we live,
of getting around on public transportation.
True. The area that we lived at, that is kind of my vibe and my style. Here's a little bit slow. I agree. The income and education levels are definitely something that you notice here. Do you and Noe think it is important for children to be bilingual, specifically Korean? My mother's desire was for me to learn and for me to teach her youngest grandson Korean thoughts. What do you think?
I definitely
We agree on this, by the way.
yeah, I mean I definitely would love for them to learn Korean. Like my great like one of my greatest wishes is that an Ajima would that we could meet an Ajima and she would like want to adopt us. And like take us in under her wing and like teach us all her Korean ways. So if you know anybody in this area, let us know. But I definitely wish that they would be bilingual or at least learn some things, like enough that like they can say a few pleasantries at the minimum. I mean, when I go to H Mart and like the cashier will start talking to me and I'm like, uh-huh. And then me and my little kamsamnida, like that's all I can give you. But I actually know more Japanese than I know Korean, which is sad. But like my goal was when I got to college was to take Korean, but my college didn't offer Korean, so just was never an opportunity. And when I've tried to learn as an adult, it just seems like Korean is such a dang hard language to learn. Mm-hmm. Japanese was so much easier to learn, but I would love for them, to learn Korean. I say specifically Korean because I know that you're Korean. My mother is Korean. It was important to her that I learn, and the youngest learn too. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, Bobby, he was stationed in Bremerton. Okay, yeah. I heard people in Seattle are stuck up. Is that true?
Some people are. Absolutely. I mean, some people think I'm stuck up. I don't think I am.
Sometimes.
But yeah, I think that there are people, absolutely. I'm not going to say that that's absolutely the rule, that everyone in Seattle is stuck up. Again, I actually mentioned that I think that Seattle is truly a introverted city. So a lot of times people who are an introvert, people look at them as if they're stuck up. Like, oh, you don't want to talk to me. But that's just not the case. People keep more to themselves. And I think that's kind of the way that Seattle is.
It's an introverted city. And I don't know necessarily about stuck up as much as it is sometimes of like, look what I've accomplished. And like, look what I've done. Look what I can do. Like, ooh, look what I can do, kind of thing. I at least from the time that I worked there for 3.5 years, that's kind of the attitude that I got. But again, the majority of the people I worked with were all transplants.
True.
So
most of the people you're going to come in contact with in Seattle are not from Seattle.
I thought that was specific only to Alaska. The Aurora Borealis, no. I think sometimes it comes down low enough that you can see it probably up by Bellingham, which is like northern Washington. Mm-hmm. Will the winter months be rough on the garden?
Yeah, mostly. Because, I mean, what we're going to do, Bobby, is grow garlic. We experimented 2 years ago?
In Seattle.
2 or 3 years ago. We experimented with garlic over the winter, and it was great. We learned a lot more and things that we could have improved on. So what we're going to do is probably next month, right?
In October.
We have to plant it next month because it has to winter, and then it starts to grow. So we probably will have a garden, but it's going to be really, really tiny.
Basically, we're going to let the chickens loose. Once I finish everything, we're going to let the chickens loose and let them kind of go through everything and help break it down. Have you guys looked into the recreational dispensary business as a supplement income stream, or is it becoming too saturated?
I would say, well, we haven't. We have looked at other things to actually go into business with, but I would say it's too saturated.
That's not and there's so many regulations and everything. That's not even something that I would be interested in.
Yeah.
How did you land the job as a project manager at Lockheed? I'm a college student open to learning about that field.
Well, Lockheed Martin was actually in Indianapolis, Indiana. So basically it was a contact center that basically worked with the federal government. So it's completely different. So it's not like what you think, building missiles and building, fighter jets and things like that. Yeah, we had access to a lot of that information because you share the same databases and things like that. But as far as what I did was completely different. It was working with government contracts, though.
You worked with like the Federal Trade Commission.
Exactly.
And I just remember the bumblebee tuna.
Yeah. Bobby, yeah, that's funny. Do you watch YouTubers Maisley? They are a great Blasian family. We watch a lot of, we do know about Maisley. We do watch them. We have a lot of different people that we watch. Most of the Blasian families you can think of, we watch, obviously. And then mixed couples we watch, but also people who aren't. We watch a lot of different people from like Callie Kim.
We watch a lot of garden, surprise, surprise, we watch a lot of garden stuff.
Yeah.
Callie Kim, who is amazing in her knowledge, and Nancy and Hollis's homestead, which she's Korean and he's white, and they're such a cute little older couple, and they just got a homestead, and they're like urban homesteaders, but we've learned a lot. We learned our potato gardening from them, so we watch a lot of stuff that like helps us in our own daily life.
Most of the things I watch is on YouTube, so I can sit here all day and watch YouTube.
You watch police chases.
I watch police chases. I watch anything from police chases and things like that to gardening to things in Cambodia and what they do to various different things. So yeah, we watch a lot of different things, or I should say I do.
Thank you for insight. I visited friends in Alaska for summer solstice in 2015, so no aurora, but it's like a separate country up there and was worth the trip and debt for travel. Yeah, we haven't been to, we haven't gotten to Alaska yet.
We're gonna probably take a cruise there.
Yeah.
It's so easy from here.
Maisley, love them too. They just moved to LA. Yeah, we saw their
home
house tour. Yeah.
We saw their home tour.
And they like took the train all the way across the country. Seattle's just a short drive away. Yes, it is. With traffic, kind of makes the groan a little bit.
It's short,
greater.
but it's a long
haul.
Yeah.
So we haven't been up to Seattle in a while as a family.
Yeah, I'd say over a month, easy.
Oh, it's been longer. It's been spring.
It's been a bit.
It was probably earlier this spring that we went up there.
It's been a bit. But you know, Zoe still has a friend up there. Actually, two friends, right? She has two friends up there.
She has two friends?
Right? The one?
Just the one.
I don't want to say the name.
Just the one that comes and visits us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh? Oh, yeah, but
they're on our Instagram. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they're on our
Oh, yes, from ballet, yes.
See? So she has two friends, and so really she needs to connect, because, I mean, I can't connect with them. I mean, that's just kind of weird. But she needs to connect with their moms and make sure that she sets that up. And then, of course, she knows people up there and stuff like that. But other than that, we just really don't go. Thank you. We
from times before. You two look so happy together to flow off of each other.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Who won the? You know what, Bobby? Actually, the first time I beat her by 1 point, and then the second time we scored even.
Oh yeah, I scored 92, and then he beat me by 1 at 93.
Which is bad.
High rolling, folks. And then the second game we both scored 89.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we had to run after kids because they're like running all over the place, and they got tired of bowling.
They were over it. Let's see. Bowling game. Sorry. No worries.
Oh, thank you.
You have a beautiful mother. Yes, he does.
Thank you.
You want to learn before you visit Korea. I would love to be able to have some at least conversational stuff before I go to Korea too. When are you going to Korea, Chili Beans?
I'm trying to find an excuse to go to Japan.
I agree. Finney Greenwood is an awesome neighborhood, a blend of the close-knit community and only a bus ride from the fast pace. The city I love got too expensive and had to go.
Yeah, Finney Greenwood to me,
yeah.
That is like the best.
I really
area to live in.
Liked the North Seattle area, Greenwood, North Seattle, just south of Shoreline. I really liked that community because it was really diverse. Like her school, there was 26 different. I just spit on the. There was
I do it all the time.
There's 26 different languages spoken at her school. I don't know. I do miss that. Mm-hmm. I wish that this house could be put up there at the same prices here.
Yep.
I do miss that. I mean, that was our home. That was how we got introduced to the Pacific Northwest.
This is starting to act up again.
And I do like it.
I'm having eczema issues. Yeah, I'm having eczema issues on
your
the skin.
skin is peeling there.
Oh, that's
the okay, yeah. Let's see. But yes, I loved.
Yeah, chili beans. I agree.
People think introverts are stuck up, but it's not true.
I agree. It's just that you want to be by yourself.
What's the personality of people in Tacoma?
Go ahead, Noe.
Why?
I just want to give your perspective.
Well,
I have my perspective.
didn't I describe people? Didn't I describe it?
We did. It depends. I think that people here are more down to earth, and
Yes.
they're gonna strike up conversation with you, and they will let you know how they feel, even to a fault. Kinda. It's like they just don't really hold back, and that's completely different than Seattle.
I got a headache. It hurt.
It's completely different. You want to take some pills, bro?
I already did. Well, I only took one because I want to take nighttime leave. But anyway,
yeah. You'll be
um,
knocked out. That's
I
for
will.
sure.
Yeah, so I mean, I think Tacoma, you're more likely. I mean, like we've said it before, like we've been downtown before, and people just like strike up conversation like across the street with you, and just it's more authentic, more down to earth, more open and engaging. We struck up conversation with a small business owner in Opera Alley, and like we were walking past their store again, and like somebody shouted like, "Hey, Hirsch Snowy!" So if you're there, we're talking about you. Every time we go in there, they give the girls candy. I forget the name. I'm sorry, I forget the name of your store.
Something time.
Yeah, something time. But they have a lot of cool little trinkets and stuff in there. But yeah, I mean, people are just more authentic and down to earth and more willing to engage with you.
I will say, for folks who actually visit Tacoma or visit the area, definitely come to Tacoma and go into what's called Opera Alley. You'll find a lot of cool stores like of yesteryear. It's kind of like Tacoma has a lot of like, it reminds me of like Puyallup. When you go downtown, like they have those little bitty stores that fit the little small cities. And they're just like mom and pop places. Tacoma has those, but then we also have bigger stuff too. So it's like a really good blend. So I would say support those businesses because they're going to be facing some difficulties possibly with the new mall.
I get it all the time, but everyone thinks my husband is the most amazing because he's an extrovert and very charismatic. Me, not so much.
I'm going to pop you open another beer in a second. As someone who has studied Korean, you can learn it. It is said that if you know 200 words, you'll understand 50% of what's said. Learn to read without romanization, and you'll do great. Possibly so.
Yeah.
Oh, this was good one. My email, good one, because she knows about.
Have you seen people commute from Olympia into?
We had talked
Seattle?
About that. She saw my last video, and she was talking about. I know a lot of people, or know a person.
So I actually know somebody who lives in Olympia. What?
I can't get out, bro. There's like steps right behind me. They don't even know there's steps, bro. I can't get out.
Well, I'm gonna. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get out, bro.
I'm trying to get out, bro.
Here,
okay.
You can sit. You can sit there, and then I can sit like right next to you. But
well, you always put me like off to the side.
You gotta scoot in there.
Okay. So I know somebody who lives in Olympia and actually commutes every day to Bothell. Which is like, sorry, I didn't mean to flip you off. I just scratched my nose.
She meant to do that.
No, I didn't. So that is quite the trek. So there are definitely people who live in that area and probably commute up to Seattle, but that's one person that I know that has a pretty hefty, mighty commute. There are a lot of people that live in Tacoma or that live in Olympia and commute to Tacoma. So I do know that.
I don't think that would be too much of a hard drive either. Like Olympia to Tacoma. Wow, man, you have your seats sat down so low. Now they can't even see me.
Well, turn on the overhead light.
They're still not gonna be
here. You can.
Yeah, you gotta move it. You gotta angle it up, bro. See, I gotta be all up in it like this. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
That works actually. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
A little bit.
Okay. If you download the app Papago, they have a kids section. It has pictures to teach words in Korean, but just being around people is the best way to learn. Knowing the culture. Knowing the culture helps a ton.
Can I have my seat back?
Really?
I really like my spot. This is so weird.
Do you have to be in IT to succeed in Seattle?
No.
No.
You don't.
No.
You don't. There's a lot of people.
I mean, because Seattle is a city, so they need everybody. They need every kind of profession to continue to make the city run. So, it really just depends. Like, if you have, as long as you have a college degree, and
I feel like
I'm
being drowned out. Like, I look like I'm in, like the Death Row photo, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and all them, and one of them's kind of grayscale. Can I have my seat back?
Okay, hang on, guys.
I just want my seat back. You like headbutted.
Well.
Oh, now this is great. I just feel better. The flow is better.
Okay,
see, look, and then
you like cast me off to the side.
But see, look, you fit in great. I did like over there because of the air. You're blocking all my air.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, go ahead. What were you saying?
I don't know. I lost track. Do you have to be in IT to succeed in Seattle? No, I don't think so. To be able to succeed, having a college degree is going to be your best friend. Can you make it without one?
You can.
You can.
It's going to be tough.
But it's going to be a lot harder. So having a college degree or even an advanced degree is going to make you an even more competitive applicant.
Yeah. Bobby, yes. For me, it's right there.
Is that the ultimate goal for you guys to become full-time entrepreneurs?
Yes, as far as I'm concerned. Her, I don't know.
I just want to be happy in life.
That can mean a lot of things.
I mean, yeah, that'd be cool. I want to get out of Arizona, but we have grandchildren here. I would feel guilty about leaving them. You can adopt ours. But I'm just joking, kind of. But we hate Arizona. We would love to travel for a year with our youngest and live a nomadic life. Thoughts? Oh, okay. See, that's what I would love to do. I have said that when the girls are out on their own, I would love to have a, what do you call it? A mobile home, an RV. And I'd love to have an RV and just be like, hey, Zoe, today's your lucky day because you got us for the next 4 months. And then, hey, Zara.
But I think she's talking about like right now, right? Or they're talking about like right now, correct?
No, I know. But I mean, like, they're kind of at that stage. Like, we're not at that stage. But I would love later on for us to be able to be kind of nomadic. Yeah, and not be tied down, and like we can go wherever we want to go.
That would be
so
amazing.
If you're able to do it, I would say go for it. Like do it.
Yeah.
Depending on how old your youngest is, like schooling and all
we've
of that stuff. We've
done some research on it, right? Like we've done some research. Like I even know how to wash our clothes with the little bitty
panda washer.
Like we've looked into it, but not really anything.
I would say go for it. Do it. Have you been to the state fair yet? Not yet.
And we're so close.
It just started on Friday.
Yeah, we're so close
Saturday.
to it. It's in Puyallup.
So it goes like through the end of this month. So we probably will go this year. Are you guys concerned about growing your channel? And if so, are you planning on doing anything different? We would love to grow our channel. We hear a lot of times they're like, oh, your guys' channel is so underrated or that kind of thing. Like, why aren't you bigger? We don't know. Any advice would be awesome. But yeah, we'd love to be bigger. I don't know that we have any specific plans on changing our format or anything like that. I mean, what I appreciate and what I value about our channel is that if you meet us in person, and some of you have met us in person, we're the same people.
We have you.
And so that's part of us, like that's us being authentic, and that's putting us out there. And because we go back and we watch our videos, and it's like we don't want to watch like fakers. Like we don't want to be like, what the heck were we thinking? Yeah. Like, and we haven't done that with any of our videos. And we watch the videos with the girls all the time. Like a lot of this is for them to be able to look back on. So
and the girls will let us know. Like Zara has no filter. So if she knows something's not true, she'll say, well, that's not true, or I don't remember that. So she'll let you know. So that's, I mean, yeah, we just don't live our life like that.
I think part of it is we're changing up a little bit of the format, and we've been doing more live streams because we're busy people with 3 young kids and everything. Like, It's a lot to sit and edit videos and everything. So we have been doing a lot more live streams. Also, that's a way for us to be able to connect with you guys and our subscribers and stuff. So that has been kind of a format change that we've done. So hopefully that is appreciated, but it is less work on editing and everything than on the back end. So we're able to still get content out and everything. And we're able to interact with you in real time, which is nice. UW Bothell versus UW Tacoma and UW Seattle reputation. I did an internship in Seattle and seems like people passively aggressively judge about which campus people attend.
I don't know. Can you even?
I don't know if
I don't think you can talk about that, but I can talk about it. I don't know about Bothell. First off, I'm going to say as far as the schools and things like that go, I don't know, but I can say as far as the cities go. In this area in general, I think people are passive aggressive just in general. You know, I've said that before in another video. I think this area, that's just kind of the way people operate. They're just kind of a passive aggressive type thing. And I think based on what city that you're in, people will judge you pretty harshly. I think Seattle is the king. I mean, it's in King County. I think Seattle is the king, so a lot of people give high praise to Seattle or Bellevue. But I think anything kind of outside of that, people kind of maybe judge you a little bit. They definitely judge you if you say, oh, well, I'm, in Tacoma. They judge that because Tacoma's had this stigma for a long time. They judge you. People in Lakewood get judged by people from Tacoma, right? Yeah. So it's like there's always all this judgment being passed.
So, and I'll give this, and this is the professional answer, and this is the answer that I give in my work and what we put out there anyway. So, as long as you're in the UW system, if getting a UW degree is important to you, as long as you're at Bothell or Tacoma or Seattle, you're still getting a University of Washington degree. You still have the name recognition of University of Washington. So if that's important to you, it's really about finding your fit. And I mean, it sounds like you're already in college and everything, but for anybody out there listening, like, we do get a lot of like, kind of haters of like, oh, but it's like we're not the Seattle is not the end all be all for everybody. Tacoma is not the end all be all for everybody. Bothell is not the end all be all for everybody. So it's really about finding your fit and where you feel like you can belong and get a good solid education, and you're still going to have that name to back you up in the end.
I mean, think about it. Like Seattle's campus is. Can you move that fan like right here, maybe? Seattle's campus, UW campus, is massive. And for some people, that is
highly intimidating.
That's intimidating. And you see all the buildings, they're beautiful, especially the ones in the
Suzzallo. Oh, yeah, the quad, yeah.
Like, they look very, like, just unique. So
you
that's
keep
a little
blocking
bit...
me with your hand.
Sorry, bro. I talk with my hands. So that can really intimidate a lot of people. And sometimes people just don't want to be in a big city. So then therefore they may want to go to Tacoma. They still want to be in a city, but not just this sprawling, crazy big city. And then for some, they prefer more of a rural or smaller city, and Bothell might fit you. So I would say go with what fits you best and don't worry about what people are going to say, because people are going to always talk and say something.
You guys are so great to watch. I'm surprised that your subs aren't in the double digits. Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you. I think, Bobby, the thing is for us, like, we have steady growth, and that's what's important. I mean, if we weren't growing at all, that would be a concern. What?
Okay.
What's she?
You're all done eating?
Okay.
You ate everything?
But for us, it's about growing the right way. We want to grow the channel in a certain particular way. There's things that we've talked about this. There's things that we can definitely do that would boost the channel to, like, much bigger, but that's not what we're about. We're basically about giving, for one, it's an outlet for me, giving information out there, helping people, answering questions like what we're doing, things like that. And then also having an experience for the kids when they get older so they can look back on it and just recall that. One of the reasons why the YouTube channel is so important for me, and I said it's about the kids, is because my grandfather, because my grandmother passed away before I was, 6. But my grandfather lived much longer, and I have an old camcorder where I actually videotaped him prior to his passing. And The only way to actually look at that tape is to actually put it in that old camcorder and watch it. I mean, I can do it on the digital stuff and upload it and all of that, but you have to have special stuff to do it, and I haven't done that yet. But it's great to be able to see him. It's great to be able to see what I looked like back in the day and how things have changed. And, you know, so I want the kids and our grandkids and whoever to have that ability to go back and look and see what life was like. So I find it so important.
Las Vegas just recently beat out Seattle in the housing market. Would not dare to move to Sin City. LOL.
Yeah. I mean, Las Vegas for a long time also was like in the tank, you know, as far as like real estate. It was really bad. And then all of a sudden it started to pick back up again. And I think that, you know, when you look at the city, there's a lot of economic growth, not only just casinos. I think people think casinos and that's it. But Vegas is doing a lot of different things. I mean, they got a hockey team and everything else.
And they went to the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, you know, so I think all of those things, I think Vegas wants to change that image that's just, you know, gambling and that's it. And that it basically is a city that has a lot of different things to offer. So I think that's finally starting to, I mean, it's still much cheaper to buy a house there than it is here. But yeah, they definitely are beating us out in terms of the housing growth.
The note about Seattle being more an introverted city, it suits me more so, but both parts of Tacoma in research have more appeal as well as a lower price range. Also, is there a strong veteran presence? There is a huge veteran presence in Tacoma.
Yeah.
Actually, the campus, our UW Tacoma campus, I think we have like 20% veteran population of our students. So there's a huge veteran presence in Tacoma. So yes, definitely. Love your fam. So wonderful to see how real you are. We love you too. And Zara, you know, loves your name.
She loves it.
Is it easier to make friends in Tacoma versus Seattle?
Tacoma. By far.
Pass the Henny.
There's none here. I wish there was.
Ooh, Japan. I'm translating for two friends' honeymoon there at Disney in Tokyo late in 2020. Do make the trip if keen. Almost certainly you and family would enjoy it. Yes.
I mean, that's definitely one of the places on our bucket list. I mean, we want, it depends kind of on her because, you know, either we go to, I mean, I guess we can do all, but I mean, we have to save up for that. But do we go to Korea first or do we go to Japan? Right? And so it's kind of up to her.
It's funny. Well, it actually so when I did the 23andMe, did I ever do a video on my 23andMe?
Oh, no.
I don't remember.
I'm not sure.
In my 23andMe, I actually am 30% Japanese. But as a kid growing up, like my dad worked for a Japanese company. So that was Japanese culture, Japanese people were really the only Asian exposure I had growing up. And so like, you know, I'd go to the outings at my dad's company and stuff, and these Japanese women would try and talk to me and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. That's also as a kid when I had wasabi for the first time, and I thought the little leaf was mint, and so I ate the whole little leaf, and it was the whole little clump of wasabi. Whew. Anyway, so tangent. But anyway, so I knew a lot more about Japanese culture than any other Asian culture growing up. And when I was like in my teen years, the small city I lived in, we had a sister city in Japan, and we hosted exchange students. So we had students live with us for a couple of weeks. We had 2 different students do that, and it was so much fun. And so I've always had a thing for Japan. Also, one of my closest friends in high school was Japanese. Her dad was there working with a Japanese company, and when we graduated high school, they moved back to Japan. She went to college there and everything. She has 2 kids now. I always said, like, someday I will meet you in Tokyo. So who knows, maybe I'll be able to uphold my end of the deal, but I would love to go to Japan.
That's one country that I would move to right now without thinking about it.
Yeah. So Korea for me at this point is more, I just want to go there just to go there. I'm not going there to search for something. Am I going to feel things? Absolutely. Am I going to want to see certain things? Sure. But for me, it's not like I'm going there to search for my birth family or anything like that. That's not really part of my thinking process right now.
By the way, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this video.
Yeah. But Korea is more, I just want to be able to be there and feel it and see it and smell it and experience it.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome, to be honest with you.
Okay. I find that introverted people are generally more simplistic in nature, more comfortable with themselves.
Yep.
Yeah. Is there an idea place to live, a place that's in walking distance to the beach, the mall, and the playground?
Not all in one go, no. You have beaches here that actually have a playground on it.
The beaches are farther away
They are.
than in Seattle.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, from where our house is, yeah.
Because, like,
Yeah.
Golden Gardens was super close.
Yeah.
Carkeek Park was close.
It's just the way the land's laid out here.
Yeah.
It's different.
Oh, your youngest is 10. Well, that's prime age for homeschooling.
Yeah.
Chili beans. I would do it,
Yeah,
and I would
absolutely.
vlog about it.
Yep.
And we'll follow you.
And to answer your question a little bit, Bobby, probably the most ideal place where you're going to have access to all of those things would be, as far as the city, would be DuPont. Because it is a true city that you can walk to literally everything, and they pride themselves on being super walkable, and you have access to water and all that stuff. So I would say DuPont is probably going to be your best bet, where you can literally walk to everything and everything's pretty close.
Living out of an efficient vehicle or even super deluxe RV with solar power and backup generators seems ideal for sure. Yes.
That's something that we've thought
Solar
about.
power is everything to me. All of our outside lights are solar powered, and I love it because it's like free energy.
Yep. Yep.
Let's see. My son is in the tech business. He lives in Charlotte, North Carolina. Cool. Hirsch, did you design your living room table?
You know, we did build it. There's a video that actually shows me doing this. I had to sand it down a little bit because I was concerned that at the time, sorry folks, you're going to hear a lot of static and noise. That's very sensitive. At the time, Zara was really, really young, and I didn't want her to get splinters, but the crates were already designed and built. So it's basically a bunch of crates, and then the bottom is plywood and casters. So it really wasn't that hard.
Love this live stream. Awesome. Thank you. Hey, Hannah. Happy Labor Day to you and your family. I love and enjoy your video. Good job there. Please, where is the safest neighborhood to live in Seattle? Please give me an idea. Thanks. I would say, I think it depends. Like, all of the neighborhoods in Seattle are pretty unique. They each have something unique to offer. So it really depends on what you're looking for. I would say majority of places in neighborhoods in Seattle are relatively safe. I think the one place that sticks out to me is called Whitestown, which is over closer to like West Seattle. It has a lot of negative press as not being so safe and having a lot of crime. But for the most part, I mean, you can kind of expand. I think it really just depends on what you're looking for. Because I will say one of my biggest pet peeves about this question is when we were moving to Seattle, people that were telling us like, oh, don't go live in this city, or don't go live in this part of town, or stay away from this neighborhood. And once we got here and got settled, and then we actually got out and explored and went to that city and went to this area and went to that neighborhood, we realized that those were the neighborhoods, those were the areas where it had more people of color, more brown people, more black people. And so that was my biggest pet peeve of, just because of who makes up the neighborhood, you deem that as unsafe. So my thing is really, you got to do your research and you got to find what it is in a neighborhood that you're looking for, and go for that.
Yep.
And be cautious of the advice that other people give you.
Yes.
Honestly.
I agree.
You live in Hilltop. I was born in Seattle.
Do you like Hilltop, Pat? Do you guys make month-to-month goals that you try to achieve?
No. I don't know.
think so.
Not really.
I don't think so. Not anymore. I mean, I think what we try to do is at this point, because I'm a little bit older now. I try to make sure that I keep everything into perspective. And so even today we had that conversation of, keeping things into perspective. A lot of times sometimes you feel like things are not working the way that you want them to, but that's just life. That's the way things are supposed to be. It's not supposed to go just, when I was bowling, it didn't go the way I wanted it to. That's the way that keeps it interesting. So if everything happens the way you predicted, it's just going to be
sometimes you strike out. Sometimes life's a turkey.
I am happy that I actually did get a strike. You didn't get one, did you?
Thanks for rubbing that in.
No, I couldn't remember because it was chaotic.
No, I did not. I got several spares. I love the state of Washington. I love the state of Washington too.
I do too.
You're welcome, Seattle Tea Grind. Seattle has changed a lot. Most of my family and friends have moved out of Seattle because the rent is expensive.
It is.
Yes.
And, the problem is that it's not getting any better.
No.
And I don't think it ever will get any better. But, again, there's options, right? What's in my pocket? Oh, those are things I cut from the chicken coop. Yeah.
If you had to leave Washington State, where would you relocate to in the U.S.?
You know my answer to this.
Hawaii.
Yep. Yep.
That's where we'd go.
Yep.
We just keep on going west, Keith.
Yep.
Have you guys ever been to Europe? No, I have not.
We have not. However, if I did, one of the places I would go, a lot of people say certain particular places. I would go to those places people don't really think about, like Finland, Norway, Sweden, Italy, which is one that people mention a lot. But those were places I would probably go. And actually, she was talking about DNA. I was kind of shocked, but it showed those places, like Scandinavian countries, as being like a part of my DNA, which I don't know. I was shocked by that.
I got nothing. Have you guys? Do you guys have any birdhouses there? We actually don't have any birdhouses.
We don't. We should.
We have trees in the backyard.
Well, we have a giant one that we made, which was a chicken coop. But outside of the chicken coop, no. We have bird feeders, but we don't have anything else.
Good evening, Travix. I think Sound Transit is going to extend the train to DuPont.
It is, yeah. Yes. The Sounder is going to actually go to DuPont, which I think is going to be amazing.
Yes. And I don't know what you were answering yes to.
I was asking if they like Hilltop.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. You work in Seattle and hate the commute. Hey, do the job hunt for Tacoma, man. I did the commute for 6 months. And it wouldn't have been as bad if I didn't have young kids.
Yeah.
But the fact that I had 3 young kids and Zeta was like 1 at the time or less than 1, it just made it really rough.
Right.
So.
Right. Hirsch, do you plan on dyeing the beard? No. Just the same thing with the baldness. I embrace it, and I embrace this. So no, I'm not. The thing is, I'm not trying to be shady, but there are people in Hollywood that are in their 60s, and yet their hair is it's just as black as can be or as brown as can be, and it's like that they actually have gray.
But I'm gonna dye my hair.
I mean, that might be a little different for women, but for like guys, and you look at them and it's like there's no gray whatsoever. It's like, come on, like The Rock, for example, he embraces it, and I think he looks a whole lot. Yeah, and they look a whole lot better by embracing it because it looks realistic. That's just my thing. Good.
Idris, there's not much that he could do wrong.
Oh gosh, here we go. What are your thoughts on Oregon?
I think the beaches there. Oh, I like the beaches there even more than in Washington. We haven't been to everybody goes to Seaside, Oregon. We haven't been to the beaches in Oregon yet.
We haven't.
I want to go to Haystack Rock. I want to see that. Yeah, and take my quintessential social media picture.
I mean, I think a lot of people feel that the nature in probably so, Travis. I think a lot of people feel that the nature in Oregon beats Washington. And if that's true, then it's going to be pretty impressive. That's all I got to say. It's got to be pretty impressive because here it's amazing.
Yeah.
Love the live chat on the East Coast. Time for bed. Good night. Well, good night. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, you've been with us for a while.
Yeah, thank you.
Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. If they do, take your shoe, beat them till they're black and blue.
Mama's Family. One of my favorite episodes. is one of my favorite episodes.
Good night, Mama. Good night, Benton. What?
Anyhow, with that, this now I think is going to be our longest live stream. Do you think
we gotta let it go to 30 seconds.
Yeah, do you think we can make it to an hour?
Sucks on finger. What?
I don't know. He's one of the troll guys. That
I don't know. What
about.
the heck is Ligma anyway?
I don't know.
Is there any winter recreation plans?
No, I've actually been skiing before.
Oh God.
Ligma ball. I've actually been skiing before, but it's been a long, long time ago. She's never been skiing.
Maybe we'll go to what's the place everybody goes to? The little German village.
Oh, I can't remember.
Leavenworth.
Leavenworth. Let's see. Yeah.
I can't believe you read that. I heard the beaches in Oregon are better than Seattle. I've also heard that too.
Agree. Yeah.
My apologies if having asked before and remiss, but have you ever visited Canada, so close to the border? I'm planning to videotape opinion videos from a northern perspective on politics as well. Ooh, nice.
We haven't.
We have not been there yet.
No,
basically, mostly because we have to get the girls' passports or enhanced IDs, and they don't have those yet. So until we have them for all of them, we won't be doing international stuff for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leavenworth.
Leavenworth, that's right. Yep.
Epistemology and ethics. What was the
epistemology?
Perspective on politics as well? Epistemology and ethics. Cool. Have you ever been to the Skagit Tulip Festival? Yes. Our first spring here, because we moved here in the summer, so it was that following spring.
Yep.
We went up there because I wanted to go for my birthday, and so we went. And
I thought it'd be something nice to do. So, man, Noe, whenever you on here, people like you.
What?
He said.
Ew.
We gotta report them. I'm not reporting them. I'm just removing.
That was bad.
Yeah.
People are creative. I gotta give them that.
They are. It's so funny. I just laugh at them.
God. I can't with people. So,
That's funny.
I proposed to my fiance there when
Hold on.
unwanted pornography. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
There we go.
I proposed to my fiance there when we visited. In which city? Or where? Oh, the Tulip Festival. Oh, I bet that was awesome.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
That'd be so cool. Why didn't you do that? I'm just joking. We didn't live here then.
No, we didn't.
What city, in your opinion, is going to be the next Portland or Seattle? Maybe Eugene, Oregon?
I don't think it will be either one of them. To be honest with you. As far as anything here, I think it's going to be Austin. I think the next Seattle, because people confuse Portland and Seattle together. I see them completely different. I think the next Seattle-esque city is going to be Austin.
I could
I
see that.
I don't think it's going to be Portland at all.
How do you donate to us? You can click on the super chat.
Yep, and do it.
Did you guys happen to catch Aretha Franklin or John McCain funeral services?
Not live.
We caught John McCain's stuff from Texas. We don't have Patreon.
No, we don't think that people would actually donate to it, so we don't actually do that. But
people are so gross.
I know, right? But if you want to actually donate, you can do it on the super chat. Like I said, we don't really seek it out. But if that's what you want to do.
But if you want to do it, by all means,
right.
Hey. So we watched John McCain stuff. I saw it from the Arizona. Everybody's been talking about Austin, from the Arizona ceremonies, and then we saw him land in DC. No, at the Joint Base
Yeah. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna put that in there too. I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
So, no, we don't have Patreon. I also don't know, unless you're doing something scandalous, I don't know why you would have Patreon. And if some of you guys have Patreon, the only people I see that have Patreon are like, because they want to do scandalous things that you can't do.
That's not always true.
Or you're an artist.
I disagree.
Right? I don't know.
Well, see, I watch a lot more YouTube.
I don't know much about Patreon.
I watch a lot more. Yeah, I mean, I think
I just know from like Instagram and stuff like.
Okay. Well, you know what? Anyway.
We share an Instagram account.
That's true. That's true. No, I mean, I know a lot of people that actually have Patreon, and they're not doing anything that's scandalous. I mean, they're just talking.
Her snowy T-shirts would be great.
We thought about that, but again, I don't know if people are going to actually do it. For me, there has to be a true. Somebody else to upvote on the merch. There has to be enough interest for us to actually do
You guys would buy our T-shirts?
I don't know if they would they?
With our cute little mugs, we could have our.
We don't want to lose people.
We could have our mugs on a mug.
I don't think that people would do it.
What about puns?
No.
Punny stuff.
No.
Yes.
No. There was a question. For the record, I do think more
than a few would keep a Patreon going, even if starting with a general one tier to help with expenses, etc.
We'll test that out and see what happens there.
Okay, well,
I'm not gonna sit and tell somebody no.
I'm gonna make note of these names and be like, none of you are on our Patreon.
Right.
Upvote the merch. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we actually beat the hour mark.
We did. Well, because we had a bunch of interesting messages come through.
I forget who said it. Gosh, who was it that said this? But I love that quote every single time. She basically said, wolves howl at the moon, but the moon is so great that it doesn't answer back. And that's the way that's what I always believe in. So you may have a whole lot.
Was that from a show or was that like a politician?
I can't remember. But I love that. And I'm like, yes.
Oh, don't tell me that was Kenya Moore.
No, that wasn't Kenya Moore.
Okay.
That was Phaedra.
Oh, I love me some Phaedra. I love Phaedra. Love her. I mean, what's not to love about her? She's like a Jane of all trades.
That's true.
And hella shady and hella funny and just, I love Phaedra.
Yeah.
Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Love you guys. Thank you. And you'd buy a dozen. All right. Awesome. Okay, we'll have to work on this then. Have you guys been to the? No. Oh, Keith, Red, you are on my, not like to put my fist at you, but you're like on my.
I wanted to go to Olympia this weekend.
Not Olympia, Olympic National Forest. They're two different things, bro.
Sorry, bro.
So the Hoh Rainforest was on my list 2 summers ago, but it was the summer I was pregnant, and so I was like, oh, well, that's probably not going to work. But I do want to get there though, because just the pictures, like, oh, I want to see it. I want to see all that green moss. I have to figure out though what time of year to go to be able to see when it's like green and lush, because I don't want to go there and be all dried up in straw like our front yard.
Yeah.
But yes,
our yard is like straw.
We have made the commitment that next year we won't be doing really like big vacations or anything, and we're gonna take some time to go camping. So we'll probably do a couple camping trips. So maybe we'll get to do a camping trip up to the Olympic Park and near the rainforest or something like that. So stay tuned for next summer. Blah, 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 blah. Favorite quote from Groucho Marx. I cannot say that I do not disagree. I just came back. It was amazing. Oh, I'm jealous. That's awesome. Why is Issaquah so expensive? I have had an Airbnb there and it seemed very empty. Yeah, that's the burbs.
Yeah. It's going to be expensive. I mean, you're
I
still
need
in
a
King.
drink. I'll be back.
You're still in
I'll
King
be right
County.
back.
You can have some of my burr.
Like, need some juice or something.
Yeah, finally, I can get full air and back into the center of things. Well, I think Issaquah is just so expensive just because it's Issaquah. You know, it's in King County. And so, yeah, everything in King County is going to be expensive, no matter what you do. So that's why. But yeah, I agree. It's pretty empty over there. There's not a whole lot to do. How's the artsy scene there? I love artistic people. Noe actually did a video talking about the Tacoma art scene. And so you should check that video out. It's actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3 videos ago. Yeah, 3 videos ago. And she talks about that. Bobby wants to know about the artistic scene here. I guess I got to scoot back now since you're back.
Oh.
Okay, what is crime like in Tacoma? I used to hear about gangs. There's still gangs here. There's gangs also in Seattle. A lot of people think that there's no gangs in Seattle, but there is, definitely. And there are some here as well. But as far as like being like LA, it's not like that at all. There has
live and die in LA.
Don't do that.
Sorry.
But as far as it being like, you know, something that you hear about every single day, all the time, it's just not like that at all. Not at all. Do you fish? I haven't fished in forever. We actually took Zozo fishing one year, and it was like winter.
I don't know that we really know how to fish.
I know how to fish.
Do you know like all the right stuff to do?
Yeah, I know how to fish.
Like what you need and everything?
Zoe wanted to go fishing in January, and we had no bait. So you tell me what happened. You did it again. You need to go to the bathroom, bro? Just go ahead and take a break. I got this. Hirsch, get that beer bottle. I want to buy some. Actually, Bobby, I have a whole case over here that I actually done. When I actually do beer, and you're in front of the fan too. So, anyhow, when I actually bottle beer, it produces about 50 bottles at a time. So, yeah. Yep, Travie, that's very true. There are gangs everywhere. There's goons everywhere.
Why do you say Travie? It's Travix.
I'm sorry. I like Travie X. I call him Travie X. What? What's wrong with that? Are you embarrassed about what you did?
No.
Yes, you are.
I can't help it.
I mean, like you said, it's a bodily function. Everybody does it.
Oh, man.
So anyhow.
Okay, so I think we need to work on a Patreon and expect to see some of these folks signing up.
Yeah.
And we need to work
we
on
have
some
an actual
merch.
log.
Okay, so if we did do...
Here, I'm going to go to the bathroom myself.
Is there a train you can travel to go there from the East Coast?
Yep.
Yes, Amtrak. Oh, your seat's all warm. Yeah, so there is the Amtrak, and Amtrak actually goes through Tacoma too, so that shares the same station as the Sounder. Oh, let me ask you, if we were to do merchandise, like shirts or hats or magnets or whatever, what would you, like, would you want Hirsch Noe on it? Would you want, like, Pacific Northwesty stuff? Because one of the things I thought about doing was, because we've taken a lot of like pictures, especially of our flowers and things like that, like putting together like cards that you could buy or whatever. Like, what would you look for if you were going to purchase merchandise from us? I'm gonna get my juice. Ooh, you would like Hirsch Noe's Guide to the Pacific Northwest. Ooh, okay. So like a book or like a how-to tips, tricks, and pointers. Okay, we could put that together. These are things that we could do for our Patreon, I guess. Silver Lake is a good place to fish. I like going there to fish. You can rent cabins or put up tents there, and RV parking. I don't know where Silver Lake is. I feel like I may have heard of that, but I am not sure where that is. When we've only done one camping trip, and it was when I was pregnant with Zeta, and we went up to Deception Pass, and that was absolutely and utterly beautiful, and I loved it.
You gotta move, bro.
I don't want to.
It's my favorite seat.
And
this one's just not as cool.
Yeah, it would be cool too to go someplace and rent a cabin. I think that would be fun too. Hirsch Noe with a Mount Rainier background, that could be cool.
What are you guys talking about? I then missed out. I went to the bathroom.
I asked them. I'm trying to tell you, bruh. I asked them if we did have merch, like what would they be wanting? What would they be looking for? Keith Riggs said he would like Hirsch Noe's Guide to the Pacific Northwest. And Hirsch Noe with the Mount Rainier background, maybe some sorts of silhouettes with the family, or something thematic of Seattle, Tacoma with the outlines, or what Traviex.
See, now you got me. Traviex. That's the name. That's what it is. I knew it.
You're such a turd.
I knew it.
You didn't win.
See, now I'm gonna sit like this.
Yeah. Welcome to my world.
It's different.
T-shirts with Hirsch Noe on it. Hirsch Noe merchandise. My name is Travis, so Hirsch is closer.
Boom. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Wait, Traviex is closer than Travix?
Yeah.
I see your side eye there. You're going to stay in the sidecar.
I don't like it over here.
You're staying in the sidecar.
I don't like it over here. There's not a lot
After
of
all, my mug does say
That's
king.
my mug that you took. She got it for me.
Mount St. Helen. My name is Misty. Oh, okay. Hey, Misty.
Oh,
it's nice to...
Miji. Misty.
How do you get it?
Miji Misty.
I don't...
Her name is Misty
I know.
in real life.
Yes.
But her handle is Miji.
But how is that?
Misty. Miji. Similar.
Miji. Okay.
It's a play on words.
Hirsch Noe with the outline of Washington State on it. Oh, that could be cool too.
Yeah, they're giving us all type of ideas.
You got some marching orders.
I guess.
We can do some work in Canva.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done some work in there. You are much better at it than I am.
Yeah,
I've done
a lot
pretty.
of things.
No, I wouldn't say that. That's a stretch. What's up, bro?
Hi. Huh?
So anyhow, an hour and 16 minutes.
17.
Why is your face glowing?
Who, mine or hers?
Mama.
Because the light's right.
Because I'm an
there.
angel.
No.
That's definitely. Even they said no.
You see, she'll give you the truth. No. Silver Lake is just past Chehalis. Oh, okay. Why do you think Washington is better than Oregon?
Is that a question for me, Travi? Can you go back in there with your little makeup that you
Yes,
have?
Hirsch, you're right. Miji is just my
I'm
handle.
right. No, see? People agree.
Why do you think Washington is better than Oregon?
When it comes to what, though, exactly?
Because you are an angel. Yeah. See, Chili Beans, we connect. She may be an introvert and I may be an extrovert, but you know, it works.
Well, here's the thing. As far as the states, I can't say one's better than the other necessarily. I think that Oregon probably has better nature. But I agree with Keith Rigg. Washington's economy is by far stronger.
Just your opinion. Why did you move to Washington instead of Oregon?
Well, you know what? We thought about Portland, and we actually considered Portland. Actually, we considered San Diego. That was the goal. Because we went
I'd
to San
still
Diego.
move to San Diego, probably.
I mean, San Diego...
I am glowing. It's like really bright.
That's why I should be sitting
Okay,
there.
then I'll switch you. Hang on, musical chairs. Da-dun, 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 da-dun.
That's why I gotta sit here. See, look. Oh, there we go. There we go. See, I got it sit just right, so it's designed for me.
Okay.
Make sure you don't drop my cup there, bro.
Fine.
But we intended on going to San Diego, and then we thought that's going to be too expensive because keep in mind we were in Indianapolis at the time. So then we thought probably Portland. She's thinking, oh, well, you know, we're going to have to end up going there based on me getting us there. And then she ends up applying and getting a job in Seattle. So that's how it all happened. I think that when it comes to nature, certain aspects of Oregon beats Washington, but then of course we have Mount Rainier and Mount St. Helens, and then of course we have all of that and the forestry, just like they do. I think the beaches in Oregon might be a little bit better.
But also the beaches in Oregon are better because they're on the coast. Like in the Seattle.
Well, beaches in Washington.
Right,
are
but
on the coast too.
but the northern beaches in Washington are, I think, comparable. They have the rocks and all of that. But there is, like, a lot of the beaches around here were on the Sound. So it's just not the same as being at the beaches on the coast.
Well, see, I prefer that, though, because then you have people like Sweets that will just run straight for water. And it's like, if we're on the coast, it's going to just pull it right out there. So this is a lot better. Hold up here. So yeah, Washington's economy is a lot better. As far as cities, though, I would choose Seattle over Portland, and I've already discussed that many times as to why I would choose that. Nothing against Portland. San Diego doesn't have the nature. It's hot inland. Mira Mesa. When I went to Mira Mesa, which was a place that we considered moving to, it was hot. Like when I went to the coast of San Diego, like on the beaches and stuff, it was like great. Then when I went to Mira Mesa, it was just scorching hot. And then I realized, yep, I can't do this. Let's see here. Musical chairs. Hirsch, what is your profession? Miji, I deal with a lot of IT. So I work with a construction company in their IT field. More to do there.
In Washington, maybe?
And I'm trying to see what you're... Oh, Silver Lake and Chehalis. Yeah, our buddies left us. I know I blocked some of them so they couldn't come back, but our buddies that were giving us some dirty stuff.
They should have been there for the Never Have I Ever.
They should have. They should have. They didn't come in at that point.
So, okay, you guys gave us...
I bet you it was one troll who had several accounts.
You think?
Probably. They had two different accounts and they were just going back and forth. And then their bedtime, their mama told them, bedtime! And so then they had to cut it out, and so then they went to bed.
Ligma. I can't get over that. Anyway.
That's high school.
I know.
You know that has to be a kid. Because it's like, really? Because we're like, what's that?
Yeah, showing our age.
It's like, huh?
Okay, so you guys gave us tips on ideas for merchandise and Patreon.
I agree with you.
Washington appears to embrace the woods, mountains, and sea, and hot springs and big cities all in one. Yes. I fell in love with Washington when I visited. It is a magical state.
I agree.
Yes, it definitely is. Advice or ideas for future live stream topics or just video topics in general, because we're always looking for what is it that our people want.
Also, let me ask this question. Should we do videos, and this is, I can't promise or guarantee, but live streams make it easier to do videos more often because, again, the editing's out of it. I don't have to worry about stuff. Do you want more videos in terms of like daily, if possible? Do you want them to be live streams? And if so, what type of topics do you want to hear about? Love live streams at a specific time. The only problem with that, Misty or Miji, is due to the kids and work and all that stuff. So that kind of interferes with it right now.
We've tried to schedule them and it doesn't work well.
Because right now Sweet's asleep. So that's the only reason why we're able to do that. And the other two girls, they're live interactive.
You like ride-alongs. Oh, okay.
We should do that.
We should do more ride-alongs.
We should do that. The problem
we have
with
to have
that,
the battery pack.
Yeah, the problem with ride-alongs, though, is if we do live stream, it's going to actually, like, cut out. Probably 1 or 2 subject-based videos and live stream 1 time a month. Yes, the walking rides and talks are fun. Yeah, a lot of people like those, and I do too. Like,
we
actually,
like Feed the Cory.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, one of my favorite, and I have several, but Feed the Cory is one of them. We're giving a lot of people shout outs here.
I know.
But Feed
they're
the Cory,
good. They
are
deserve
good.
them.
They are good. Feed the Cory is somebody who I followed for a long time. And, you know, of course, when he was in Korea, it was great because I got to see what a lot of Korea was about, South Korea was about.
His quality is just bomb.
Well, he's just good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every part of it. Like, I can give credit where credit's due. Like, somebody mentioned Maisley earlier. They're just good at it. Like, you know, I remember back when they had 50,000 people, and now they're like 600 and something thousand. That doesn't happen that quickly unless your quality is that good. And it's really
I also
good.
like Miss Mina O, or
Yeah.
Sweet and Tasty.
Yep.
She is freaking adorable, and I love her, and I'd love to be her friend.
Yep. Yep.
She's just so fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. Love to hear from you guys daily. Show us around Tacoma some more. The ride-alongs are great. Maybe a hike vlog. We'd have to go on a hike.
Yeah. I agree, Chili Beans. He is such an expert.
Feed the Cory is just amazing.
His voice, like, there's certain people that have what it takes. Like, he's got the voice for it. And I even commented on one of his videos that, as usual, his walk-alongs or his walking tours are just the best.
Yes.
I haven't found anyone yet that does a better walking tour video. Just haven't.
You love the garden live streams. Ooh.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I love her too. Like, I mean, I think really and truly, Sweet and Tasty, again, another person that's very good at it. There are certain people that don't have to try and they're just good at it. Her commentary's, you know, good. She's funny. All of her topics are pretty interesting. So yeah, more cooking videos.
More cooking videos, more garden videos.
It's been a while since there's
more
a cooking
videos
video.
on highlighting your collective and individual talents.
Awesome.
Look who it is.
Sweets is up. So the video's gonna be ending soon.
Cooking videos. Okay, so the only thing with cooking videos is it's hard to do.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of coordination.
What is the Japanese ones? Oh God.
My Life in Japan.
My Life in Japan, and there's a few others that I've seen that are also really, really good too. Abroad in Japan, I think. Have I seen them or not?
Yeah. It's sweet.
Let me see. Abroad in Japan. No, I actually haven't.
Who else is My Life in Japan and who's the one guy? What's the one guy? Ryan. You know who I'm talking about? Is his name Ryan? Oh, Life from Where I'm From. That's what it's called.
I know what you're talking
about. You know
about.
who I'm talking about? The guy that... I can't...
Dang it. He's probably... Let me see. He's probably doing a live stream right now. He does live streams all the time?
Yes.
Is that what you're talking
yes.
about? Hold on. Let me see if I can find
Why can't I think of his name?
I can't think of his name either. Who is it?
Only in Japan.
Only in Japan.
Only in Japan.
Yes, only in Japan.
His stuff is really, really good.
It's really, really good.
Oh.
It's really, really good. He does a lot of cool stuff, and it's like things that you would never even know. Never even know. Like that island, I don't know how to say it. Ogashima. Aogashima. Like after he went there, which she says Tokyo Secret Paradise, I like studied that island, like just studied it. Like it just captured me.
It's funny, like let's see. Abroad in Japan. I started watching her because I was watching her Korean language videos. Mm-hmm. Yes. Hi, baby girl. They all say hi to you. And oh wait, what happened? Oh, I don't know. Hi, sweets. She's waving at you. I didn't delete it, did I?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I don't know how to say their name.
Rimutsu.
Yeah, sorry, we got your comment.
Mutsu. Sorry.
It got deleted by accident, so sorry about that.
My kids love to see your kids. They think they live in the TV.
Thanks, Bobby.
You want to say hi?
Yeah.
Look, you want to tell them what color is this? What color is that?
Color.
What color? Yellow, that's right.
What color is this?
Green.
Yeah.
Green. This kid's super smart.
What color is this?
Papa.
Yeah. What color is this?
Blue.
Yes.
What color is this?
Red.
Yeah.
Red.
What color is this?
Oni.
Yes, Orny.
So yeah, orange she calls Orny.
Yay.
Yeah, so anyhow, folks, yeah, that's clear.
Clear.
Look, it actually is clear. I don't know if you can see it, but it's clear. Anyhow, folks, hope you guys enjoyed this video. We actually made it to almost an hour and 30
Ooh.
minutes.
Should I show them my art?
Yeah, actually, I think they'd appreciate that.
Okay, so I like to dabble with like little crafts and stuff. So this is something that I made. And this is actually a sand dollar that I found on the beach. And so I painted it and kind of traced the natural stuff. But is this something, if we had like as merchandise, this would be hand painted by yours truly. Is this something that would interest folks?
You done a bunch more.
Or painted rocks?
Go get the ones that you actually did in there too.
Okay. Here.
Might as well go 2 hours. I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. 2 hours is whoo. I didn't expect for it to be this long, to be honest with you. Did you expect for it to be this long? You were asleep. The people are looking at you. Chili Bean said that she would buy it. Well, no, they're not going to buy that. That's just the old thumb drive. I don't think they want that. Folks don't really use those much anymore. But I use those for my files.
So, I don't know if you can see. This is another one that I made.
Thank you.
This was a clamshell.
No,
but
she's
it
going to be up for a bit.
broke. But it's like I painted it like a butterfly.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, butterfly. So are these things?
Bye-bye.
It's lovely. Yep, I would buy it. Is she going to go back down? Nope, she's up for a bit.
Yep.
You want a dozen. Okay, so
All right.
that gives me some ideas.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, let me go put these
Well,
back.
see, now we're getting invaded by kids. So
Yeah.
anyhow, folks, that's why we can't do no 2 hours.
But they like to see them.
Yeah, they do, actually. Look,
Mom.
you must do everything that sister does, huh? Yeah, and orange, Howard Sweets. We spelled orange. After I won't buy it. Yeah,
Where are some of the others that
I thought you had them in there on the thing, though.
Oh, I already gave those away.
Yeah, you gave all that stuff away. Ouch! What? What are you trying
Where
to
are
do,
the rocks that I
Sweets? Sweet, you can't.
painted you?
You can't do that. You can't do it. Ow! What are you trying to do? Ow! That's just a marker. That's a highlighter.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. Let's see. I want to. Yep, an Orny. However, Sweets would spell orange background. I would buy it. As for Patreon, and hopefully not being rude, but just a general fund to help each month with no reward other than having videos available to all would be sufficient. You guys should do a live with the girls soon. Anything else on top, go for it. Nods. So, just a general fund to help each month with no reward other than having videos available to all would be sufficient. Okay. You want mama?
Yeah, because she's hurting my arms. Like she twists and turns and everything, so it's like, ouch. All right, well, anyhow, like I said prior to this was going to be like a 15-minute video, but
Here we go around the mulberry bush.
anyway, with that, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys are having a great Monday, and tomorrow's a work day.
I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Exactly.
I'll see you. Take care.
Okay, get out of here, you. House and Man Cave coming along. The art is nice though. Man Cave is good. There's still some more stuff I need to do. I actually put a shelf in over here for my drones. But I'm actually going to do some more stuff in here. So it's not completely done. I just actually took a break. What about P.O. Box for gifts? We've done that before. It's getting dark.
Your battery.
Go.
Where's the battery?
Right there.
Dude.
Yeah, it's about to die.
Plug in. Plug it in. Plug it in.
Please don't sing.
Do you remember this commercial? Girls, girls, girls.
That's why I closed this door.
Oh, it's gone.
No, it's not. We actually did have a P.O. Box for a little bit. No one did anything, so we actually got rid of it.
And nobody sent anything, so we were like, huh?
Yeah, like,
Which is fine, but
yeah. So we actually closed it down, but we may consider getting another one later. Just depends.
But I think it's safe to say everybody's encouraging.
Good night, Travis.
Good night, Travis. What?
She's
Really?
whispering.
No, really? To do Patreon.
Yeah. So look forward to that. We'll probably get that going pretty soon. Hope you guys are having a great evening. Good start to your work day tomorrow.
Thanks
Hope you had
for
a great
hanging with
Labor Day.
us.
Yeah, thanks for actually chilling out with us. Hope you guys have a great night. Until next time,
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
we will see you. Take care.